There's a beautiful message that emerges from one of the details of the Passover story as it's related in the book of Exodus. One of the important figures in the story is Aaron, the brother of Moses. He comes into the palace, he speaks to Pharaoh, he enacts some of the plagues. And the question that's asked is, how did Aaron have this access? How did he have this mobility, this freedom of movement? After all, as opposed to Moses, who grew up in the palace, didn't Aaron grow up amongst the Israelites, and weren't the Israelites enslaved? And therefore, how could Aaron move about in this way? And the answer that Rashi offers, based on the Midrash Tanchuma, is very simply that Aaron, just like Moshe, was part of the tribe of Levi, Shevet Levi. And the tribe of Levi were not enslaved. They were a privileged tribe during this period. The Shlach HaKadosh, Rabbi Yeshayahu Halevi Horovitz, in the early 17th century, offers a beautiful insight based on this understanding that the tribe of Levi were not enslaved. He notes that when you look at the names of the children of Levi, you'll understand an important value. Levi's children, the three children mentioned in the Torah, were Gershon, Kehat, and Merari. And their names convey the experience of slavery. Gershon comes from the Hebrew word ger, which means a stranger. Kehat comes from the word which means to break, back-breaking labor. And Merari comes from the Hebrew word maror, which is connected, of course, to the bitterness of the experience. The name of the children, the primary names in this family that was not enslaved, is that of suffering and understanding the experience of slavery. The message for us is a very important one, that even those who aren't experiencing suffering must themselves connect to that experience and connect in solidarity to the plight of others. And that, I believe, is a very important message for these times. For those, perhaps the many even watching this, who are blessed to be well and healthy and home, but to understand in a very deep way the experience of the many who are suffering and the many who are ill. And that leads us not only to perform acts of kindness for one another, but also to take upon ourselves the restrictions that will ensure that this terrible disease does not spread any further than it already has. Stay well, stay healthy, stay at home, and stay connected.